Good morning. It is Monday the 31st of July today at a new venue. This is Lac du Causse. Yeah, it's nice. Days only on this one. So yeah, I mean it's all right. The van's behind. Well, so the van's about 20 meters behind me. Got here Sunday and just set my stall out really. There was a few people pike fishing, bass fishing, and yeah, I didn't put any rods out. I was just watching. You know, I think that's something that, you know, people don't really do. They get to water, they put their beaver up, they smash their rods out, and they sit back and they wait. Sometimes it's best if you just look. You know, rather than going in, steaming into it, gotta get the rods in the water. Just watch, and the fish will show you. Not that I've seen any fish. So again, this is, you know, it's quite up and down this water. It goes down to roughly 15 foot in the middle of this one. Shelves up each side. Out towards sort of the centre of shot. It goes up to about 9 foot and then shelves back down again. So I can either fish long on the far margin or I can fish short on the close margin. My intention was to fish long on the long margin. But yeah, I mean, this water, you got speedboats and jet skiers and water skiing, paddle boarding, you name it, it's on here. So, I mean, I could go long and I could use a couple of back leads to pin my line back down, but I'm thinking of going short, literally a couple of rod lengths out. Yeah, in front of me, it goes down to 15 foot, 3 or 4 rod lengths out. So I'm thinking that'll be a patrol route, that channel in front of me. I don't think you're going to get any carp in the middle, especially with speedboats and water skiers and God knows what. So yeah, I think I'm going to go short. But yeah, it's what a lovely place. I'll just pan it around here. Might be a bit squeaky. If I undo that, might be a bit better. There's an old ruin up there, which we'll have a look at with the drone later. Oh, that was a fish. First fish I've heard. Pasty. Yeah, so it's big. I mean, I'm in a tiny section of it. I don't know how many acres it is. It's a big bit of water. Again, this is like dammed off. It's a valley. it's stand off down to my to the right of me with an overflow, and up the other end there's, you know, there's a marina, a bit of a beach area. But yeah, it looks lovely. So we're here, we're going to give it a go. We'll touch base later. Yeah, the boats don't half get on your tits sometimes. Good morning. It's Tuesday, the 1st of August. Today, the best month there is. New fish. I think I've got more chance of getting a birthday card off the Queen than catching a carp out of here. The amount of commotion that goes on, and not being able to fish through the nights. You know, I had to reel in at 10 to 10 last night. Rods went out at 6 this morning. Yeah, it's going to be a toughie, this one, but I'm going to ring it out because I reckon there's some good lumps in here if we can get amongst them. To be honest, if I was a carp, I would probably be down to my right, out of the way of all the commotion. But, you know, I've got to be comfortable. It's not all about catching fish this trip. It's about, you know, me time. And yeah, I mean, if I was in the UK, yeah, I would, you know, I'd have my barrow, I'll be able to walk to swims. I haven't got that luxury here. I have to be next to my van. My van is my lifeline. Yeah. I know. We're going to hang it out. Here's a French guy that comes down. He swim next door. Every day he comes down. He puts a kilo of maize in on one spot every day. At the same time, catapults it out. So I think I'm on the right track, so I'm in close. I mean, I'm only fishing, 7 wraps in about 15 foot of water. So that's not far at all. I'm literally fishing right at the bottom of the bank, really. I've got some big rocks in front of me. So yeah, I'm thinking the fish are going to patrol up and down this line in front of me. But yeah, I think it's going to be a tall order. Right, seeing as I'm not catching any fish, I'm going to show you how I tie a combi rig. Lots of different ways to do it. All bright knot, back-to-back grinners. The only trouble with those is it makes it quite difficult to do a short, supple section to your combi rig. So the method I'm going to show you now means you can get them quite short. So firstly, the boom section. Everybody knows that I'm a big fan of Thinking Angler's recoil. It's great, it's really good stuff, it's really stiff, bulletproof stuff really. It's cheap, you get a lot of it for your money. So it is good, but for this session or for this trip I've decided to try something else, and that is the Berkeley Fluoro Shield. Now this isn't a true fluorocarbon, this is a monofilament that is coated in fluorocarbon. Now, so the benefits of that is it still has the weight of the fluorocarbon, so it still sinks, but it has the stretch of a monofilament. So for hook links, it's really good because you've got that there's a bit of buffer, you know, it's got a little bit of stretch. So if you're using stiff rods, and braid especially, where you have no stretch, this is good stuff. I mean, I use this for hook links and I use it for leaders as well. It's 30-pound breaking strain. It crimps really well as well. Everyone knows I'm a big fan of the crimps. Yeah, it's good. So yeah, I'm using this. So a little boom section here. I think this one is about 7 inches. You can see it's crimped, and you can see there's a bit of stretch in it. Yeah, which is good, especially for hook links and braid. It gives you that little bit of buffer, especially if you're using stiff rods as well. It will help prevent hook pulls. So that's the boom section. Also, you make them whatever length you want really. So this one's 7 inches. So that's the boom section. Now for the supple section, I've been using this stuff, which is called dark matter. Yeah, it's a bulletproof braid. This is again, this is £30 braid. It's quite thick, and it's got the dark matter fused every couple of inches, so it really helps pin it down on the deck. Not that it really matters with this rig, because the section of this we're going to use is going to be so short. The dark matter don't really come into play, but if you was just to use this braid on its own, yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this stuff. Yeah, it's great. So that's the supple section. Hooks, big Continental hooks I'm using, size 2, curve shank, double X's. I mean, these are tough as old boots, these hooks, they're sharp. Yeah, I mean, I've had the standard ones of these, I've had open up, I've had a few snap, even the X's, I've had a few snap on me, but the double X's, they're never going to snap. They are tough old hooks, and we're fishing, when we're fishing for big fish, you know, you want a hook that's gonna do the job. So yeah, they're the hook choice that I'm using for this rig. The rings I'm using, again, Calder medium rings. They're a little bit tight going on. The double X's, I should have really got large rings, but they do go on. So yeah, I mean, if you're, you know, you could do with going with the large rings really, but these do work. So the first job is, let's tie a loop in our supple section, our hair loop. So, I mean, I don't want to teach you to suck eggs, but you know how to do it. Loop, loop, baiting needle, and pull that through. Yeah, like so. Now, I want my knot in the centre of my bottom bait. So this is going to be a snowman, this rig. So generally, the pop-ups I'm using are 12mm, so that, and then let's say I'm going to use a 20mm bottom bait. So we want really, this needs to be at least 20mm down from the top of the knot, on the top of the loop, sorry. Yeah, so just keep teasing it, tweezing it, teasing it, till you get it to where you want it. Yeah. So that's the length of my hair. Yeah, my hair loop, sorry. So my pop-up's going to be there, roughly, and then my bottom bait is going to have the knot is going to be in the bottom bait. If you've done it wrong, just pull it, yeah? And it will slide, he says, and it's not, but it does. So that has just slid up a little bit. Yeah, so let's make that a little bit shorter. So that is good to me. Now I'm just gonna take a pulling tool. I'm gonna put it in the loop. I'm just gonna give that just gonna pull that tight, that knot. Yep. And then get rid of the tag end. Like so. Leaving a little bit, a couple of mil. Yeah. Now lengthwise, I normally go diagonal on my tackle box, which I should imagine is what, 16 inches or so. And that is the length I'm going to use. It's quite a lot. But by the time you've done your knot, done your knotless knot, done your whipping and blah blah blah, yeah, you'll see. So that's the length. So the next job is, let's get the rig ring on. This is where you drop it and end up trying to find a minute little ring. All right, so get your rig ring on. There we go. So your rig ring onto your braid, and then we're going to do a fashionable granny knot. Yeah, like so. Now where do we want the ring? Well, we've got 1/2 inch pop up, 20mm bottom bait, and I like to have a good 1/2 inch behind the bottom bait and the hook. So just tease it, tease. Right, and now you can see, so 1/2 inch bottom bait, 20mm boilie. Now that is, to me, that's a little bit too long, so that's all right. I'll just grab the ring and we'll just put it down a bit. Yeah, just get your needle in now and just pull it and it will slide. It says, and it's not sliding. That's about right there, I would say. Yeah, so roughly where my finger is the separation, boilie and pop up. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Give it a tug, make it tight. Now you can just do one knot. I generally do two, because on a take, the force of the take, where it blows it back out again, that knot will slip back down again. You'll end up with a bigger, longer hair, and then you've got to try and unpick it all. It just becomes a bit griefy. So just do another knot. So you've got two fashionable granny knots. And then again, pulling tool into your loop, wrap it round and give it a good old tighten down. Okay. So there we have our rig ring onto our braid. I'm going to take a hook, do, yeah, and then you're going to thread your rig ring onto your hook. Like so. So they do go on, they're a bit tight, but they do go on. Okay, now to position your ring, I like mine, you know, just there, just before the start of the curve, really, the back of the hook. And then we're just going to do a easy peasy knotless knot. So down through the top of the eye. Yeah, and I'm going to whip that 6 times up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then trapping it with your finger behind, back down through the eye, like so. Yeah, easy peasy. All right, that's that bit done. Next bit, we're going to put a bit of shrink tube on here. So what that does, it stops the knot expanding and contracting, and eventually it will come undone. You'll find it will loop back round, and you'll render the rig useless. So always put a little bit of shrink tubing on there, and it also makes a little bit of a liner as well. So let's get a bit of shrink tube on there now. That bit will do. Yeah, so this is the large shrink tube. Down through there. And then thread that up. And what we're going to do, we're going to push it all the way so it's onto the hook, because it just makes tying the next bit a bit easier. Right, so that's on now. It's holding the knot, so the knot's not going to come undone. And then we'll tie the loop knot in this end now. So generally what I'll do is I'll go roughly 1 inch. Yeah, just fold the material back on itself. Yeah, and then you're going to pinch there, so you're holding the two bits together. And then what you're going to do, you're going to form a loop. Same as your hair loop. Yeah, you're going to form a loop. Again with your baiting needle through that loop, and then hook the loop you've just created, and then pull that back through. There you go. And now we're going to give that a good old tighten down. A bit of saliva on that one, just to help bed that knot down. And that, you know, it's not going to undo that knot. Okay. And again, we're just going to take that tag-endy bit, and we're going to get a shot of it. And again, leaving a couple of millimetres. Like that. And that is pretty much that done. Yeah, so all we're going to do now is bring that back down. There, like so. We're going to then steam that. See a little bit of a liner. It's covering the knot. Yeah. Pretty much 50-50 each side of the eye, really. That's the way I do it. And then that's that bit done, really. No, it's pretty simple. Very short little supple section. And then, so what we'll do now is we'll get that onto the, I'll show you how to get that onto the boom section. So let's just take that bit off of there. So the way I do it, I'll take a small gate latch needle or a splicing needle through the boom section. Yeah, slide that bit onto there. Yeah, and then with your boom, go back through the loop. Oh, like so. Yeah, and make sure that the crimp is through, and that is it. Yeah, you can put a little blob of putty on there, or here I've been using SSGs because the crays love to munch the tungsten. So yeah, I'll just crimp an SSG on there, and that'll be enough just to help pull that down. And that's it. Yeah, a combi rig with a short little supple section. Yeah, and that's how I tie my combi rigs. There we go. Wednesday the 2nd of August today. Yeah, and this little fellow went last night about 9:30, just about to reel in. He fancied a ever faithful pucker pineapple pop up. He only goes £19 this one, but still a result. Good boy. Still a result from here, really. Yeah, I was about to write it off, really. He's going to have a go on the internet today to right boy, chill, 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 chill. There we go. Yeah, I was about to go on the internet today to look for a new venue, really. Sometimes you just got to have faith in what you're doing, you know. If the fish are there, you'll catch them, you know. It's as simple as that. You've got to. Oh. Feisty, this one. It's been sacked overnight, so chill. So yeah, just have faith in what you're doing and it will come good. I mean, I've waited 24 hours for this fish and some. Chill. And as you can see, he's very lively, because he's been sacked overnight. Look at the size of the gob on it. I mean, if that ain't a boilie muncher, I don't know what is. Yeah, what a result. Yeah, well chuffed with that one. Right, let's get you back, mate. Yeah, it's proving difficult to get a bite during the day on here. Like, get up in the morning and you're casting on top of fish that are feeding over your bait. Even like I've got 1 ounce leads on. Do you know what I mean? I can't go any lighter. You know, trying to cast on top of the fish, it ain't gonna happen. You'll just spook them away, and then you sit here all day waiting for them to come back. Yes, good note that. So don't think you're going to come to France and use fuck off great leads, because you ain't. You need a range of leads to suit the fishing situation you're in. And that's it, it's so varied as well. and you've got to sort of cover all bases really. Well, let's see what tonight does, or let's say the evening, not tonight, because we're not allowed to, naughty boy. There we go. It's Tuesday the 4th today. This one went last night, same story, about 9:30. Mid-double, common. Yeah, and again, the pucker pineapple was its demise. This fish got a massive rudder on it, this one. Quite long fish. So I've not weighed it, mid-double-ish I would say. But yeah, I think we'll do another night on here. Well, not a night, an evening, and then we have to reel in. And then potentially either move on somewhere else or might try the other end. Yeah. Good boy. There we go. Good boy. Yeah, so yeah, might move on somewhere different, or yeah, as I say, might go down the other end and do a couple of days down now. The wind is hacking down that way, so potentially the fish are down that. Yeah. Alright mate. Yeah, so yeah, potentially the fish are down the other end. So I'm only picking up one fish every evening, which, you know, is no good. But it's better than no fish, you know. So yeah, we'll do another night in here, another evening, sorry, and then we'll see where we're at tomorrow. For now, let's give this little fellow back. Yeah, don't listen to that twat. He don't know what he's talking about. Tuesday, 4th of August, no such date. It's actually Thursday, the 3rd of August today. So yeah, we got his dates wrong. It was early. Anyway, as I said, yeah, potentially might do another week down the other end on here, because the prevailing wind is pushing to my left. So yeah, potentially the fish are held up down that area. Who knows? I'm going to check it out and have a look, see if there's anywhere to fish. If not, I'll be moving on somewhere else, but that's the plan for next week. It's going to save me a bit of fuel money and internet, so I ain't got to search. Yeah, we'll play that one by ear. And yeah, I'll say I left you last week, and I was going to head towards the River Lot, and I did head towards the River Lot, and I travelled up and down it for tens of miles, maybe more, in search of somewhere to fish. There was the odd place I could have fished, but it wasn't really ticking the boxes for me. It is very inaccessible, the River Lot. I mean, very steep banks, and without local knowledge of knowing where to fish, it is very difficult to get down to the water. So with a heavy heart, I knocked that on the head, that idea, because I really wanted to fish it, but so I couldn't find anywhere to fish. So really, the River Lot is a boat job, really. Fish off the back of a boat. which is, you know, it's a shame because it was beautiful, really, really nice, and I could have spent easily a couple of weeks there. But yeah, I couldn't do it, so hence why I sort of done a few miles searching for new venues and ended up here. Let's see what happens tonight. There's got to be some chunks in here. Unless they've been relocated, which is possible. It is a Friday the 4th of August today, and yes, the softly approach has finally paid off. This one's just rattled off. It's sort of 10 o'clock now. Yeah, light leads, cast over top of feeding fish this morning, and yeah, he's gone. This one fell to the combi rig, 20mm bottom bait, and a pack of pineapple topper. He goes 23, this one. So yeah, what a result. Yeah, chuffed to bits with that one. Yeah, all commons though, no mirrors. We'll try and get a mirror. Let's try and get a mirror. Right, let's get you back. Good boy. Well, what a lovely day it's been today. At fish this morning, and started chatting to a French couple, retired couple, and then they sort of come down in the morning and had a chat with me, and then they buggered off, and I thought, oh, was it something I said? But they'd been out shopping, and then they've come back. He'd been out to buy some fishing supplies, and he doesn't know how to fish, so he's literally nicked me to teach him how to fish. So it's been great. I've had a lovely afternoon. Teaching him and his wife. I forget their names. I'm really sorry. I'm really shit with names. But yeah, what a lovely couple. Yeah, it's been a really lovely end to this week, really. Rods are still out. What's the time now? It's now 25 minutes past 9. So that means in reeling time, I've got about half an hour before I've got to reel in. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So fingers crossed we'll have another one before I've got to reel in. It's lively. There we go. There's carp number 1 of the night. This is you, and this is Veron. Yeah? Hello everybody. And hopefully this will get them fishing. So that's number 1 of the night. I'm not going to bother weighing it. But yeah, let's get this one back. Fantastic. There we go. That is fish number 2 of the night. And all my friends are with me. There we go. I'm going to call this a wrap.
Ça risque rien.
It's fantastic.
Ah, c'est tout dur, c'est tout dur.
Oui.
Good fish.
Touch it?
Yes.
Touch.
Il a un crâne.
Le cap.
T'as vu?
Oh, mange. Mange.
T'as vu la tête là?
Oui.
Regarde un peu.
This is mouth?
Regarde.
Yeah.
Maman.
C'est parti.
Right, let's get him back. Perfect. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Poisson.